when I finally got pregnant, and well, of course I was happy. So we made like a big announcement because I was the last one from my friends that got pregnant. So it's just the two of us at that time. So I was by myself at home, and I received a call from my OB, and I was expecting good news because I already see I was pregnant, right? And then she goes, "You were pregnant." So I asked her, "What do you mean by I was pregnant?" So she started saying that you were pregnant, but you won't be. You are going to have a miscarriage, and in a couple days you're going to start seeing blood, and you're going to lose the baby. So the first thing I did was call my husband, and I told him that we're going to lose the baby. So he just told me to pray. Let's just pray. So I remember going to my bedroom, and then I just kneel down and pray with him. I didn't even pray at that time. Because I just can't stop crying. But I remember him praying, and I remember him. It's funny because he doesn't actually say like anything grand. I remember him saying that your will, it will be done. So when he said that, I feel this sudden, like it's not, I just stopped crying, and I feel this peace, like I don't know what that is, but I just feel like it's gonna be okay. So I just not necessarily pray with my words, but I guess that's the first time I actually prayed with my heart. And after that day, we just did the best, and I was expecting blood, and they never came. I went to the OB, and the baby grew, and she's now 12, and she's actually doing the faith formation, and she'll be baptized with me this Sister Vigil. So that's exactly the turning point of my faith. Like really, like I'm like, oh, God is actually here. And since then on, my heart was there. But I just never really like pushed myself to like go, because I guess I have to take care of this, and I have to work, and like more things. Like I feel like I have this plate when I got married, and then it's just filled with something, right? And then every year it just keeps on piling up, and I keep on piling up. So I guess it takes 12 years for that plate to actually like explode. And my husband kept on saying, like every time the Rcia program came up, and I was like, I can't do that. I have to take care of the kids. So it's always an excuse, right? So one day my husband just, say something's got to change. Everybody is going to be baptized next year. So we went. So we signed up, and then I was like, oh man, it's going to take a year just to complete this. What can you talk about in these classes? So on the first day, honestly, I don't really expect much. But this RCIA is more like, I don't know. You gain much more than just learning about Jesus and God. But your life actually changes to a better even without you doing nothing. Before I went to RCIA classes, these thoughts of being separated come to my mind. Like, I can't do it. I don't like this marriage life with him anymore. I didn't understand what it means by putting God in our marriage. But when Marty share her story, it's something just changed. So, okay, now I understand, like once I put God in my marriage, like it's more of a commitment not only to my husband, right? Not only to my family, but to God. So it's something bigger. When it's just the two of you, it's hard to do. But once you're doing it for a higher purpose, then it's easier. I used to think that religion is just between you and God, like, But now I see the importance of community, in church. This has been a mind-blowing for me. Like going in Rcia, I actually look forward to it now. So even though like my husband wanted to go to Big Bear for skiing, so I was like, can I just not go? I'd rather go to Rcia. Because I just want to know, it's not something that you can kind of explain in words. I know it's just words, like when you try to explain to people. That's why I say, like, you don't need, like, you just go, and then you'll just see for yourself what it is for you, because I'm pretty sure everybody will get different things out of it. But for me, it means a lot. Baptism before it wasn't something exciting. It's just like, you're getting baptized. But after ICIA, it's like, I can't believe that a news like that will make my day, like, it's just, it's amazing.
It's so amazing. I still get goosebumps because when I'm drifting away from the church, or as I'm drifting away from the church, that's when God decided to save my life. So we're driving and I'm very anxious, and we're going down this mountain road, and then suddenly there was a sense of calm that came over me, and I've never felt that way before. And at that time, somebody in the back seat yells, "Slow down," to the driver. I was in the passenger seat, and there were two people in the back. And I said, "Don't worry, he's got it." And the driver, I'd known for years, he can't drive. He still can't drive to this day. As soon as I said that, the driver said, "No, I don't." And he turned a corner and we slid off of the side of the mountain. And as we're going over the side, I can see those shrubs hitting the front of the car. So I'm thinking, oh, I'm dead. And we went over the side and we got caught between two very small trees. One tree, we hit the front of it. The other one caught us so we wouldn't keep falling. So when I said that, I think the sense of calm, for some reason, I was misinterpreting as me being confident in his ability to navigate the road, when really that sense of calm was coming from God. He's got it. I recognize that now. The problem was I still didn't get connected to the church the way that I would want to. Instead focused on education and career, which is really embarrassing for me to admit, because God saved my life on that mountain, and here I am saying I'm too busy to get to know you. It just seems ridiculous, but that was what was happening for me at the time. What finally drove me to contacting RCIA to get baptized and go through that process, get really commit to God and the faith, was the passing of my son Sage. It was the experience of not even thinking about God during that time period when we first lost Sage. And it was so different from before, even when I wasn't going to church, that I was always reflecting on God. So I think at that moment, sort of in those darkest moments, you want to think about those moments and all those blessings that you've had, and really understand that God can support you, God has supported you, and then God is the one that can protect me in this moment too, in this darkest moment. So for me, it was really about needing to lean in and get that support. It's interesting, you talk about cradle Catholics. My in-laws, and my wife too, and my brother-in-law, they're all cradle Catholics. And what's incredible is that for my in-laws, I go home after class, RCIA class, and I tell them what we talked about, and some of the information is new to them. And so they're learning all over again, or maybe learning for the first time some of this information, and they're loving it. So anybody thinking about joining RCIA who may be intimidated, they will be very pleased to find that RCIA is really supportive and allowing people to find their own way to understanding and living in God's light.
I would say that God has called you to be here because He knows He can hold you this time. And you have all the support of the parishioners and the support of the catechists and RCIA and the fathers. And we have support for each other in RCIA. Like, we want nothing but the best for each other. And it feels so good to be in a class where you're connected. It's not just everybody's here and answering questions. We wish the goodwill of each other. And I think that's, it's a great experience. But it's something that is moving inside you. I know, like, there's lots of programs out there that'll say, oh, it transformed my life, I'm a different person. Well, I truly actually feel like something's changing inside of me, and it's not just something that somebody sold me, because RCIA is free. You know, they just give this to you because they care about you and they want you to feel God's love. Like the difference between last year or my past back then and now is like, I might have been alone at the time, but now, and there might have been suffering, but even if suffering happens now, I feel like God's love and support to get me through it. So, yeah. I'm an actions person.
Yeah, she's like the gas. Like if I'm the car, I'm the one steering it. I'm the one that has the car. I'm the one that I know exactly where I need to go. But she's the one that has to put the gas in the tank and okay, let's just go then.
Yeah.
Like that's her.
So we were in the middle of Jesus Culture, and I looked it up because Olmc is right across the street, and it said service started in 15 minutes or something. Worship had just ended, so I was like, let's just go. They're going to start in like 2 minutes. And so we just walked across the street and went to Mass, and then just started going to different parishes around San Diego. And we started Rcia because I was like, just do it if you really think that this is the way for us. And he was like, okay, he signed us up.
So I think for me, at least the Eucharist was a huge point for me. Because I always thought to myself that I want to be as united to God as I possibly could in this world. And I've had some pastors tell me like, you know, when you're taking communion, even if it doesn't mean anything to them, as long as it means something to you. And that didn't fit, it didn't seem right, because it's like, who cares what it means to me? Like, what does it just actually mean?
Yeah, it was kind of like our deciding factor. Right before RCIA, we went to Jesus Culture because my parents go there, and they were doing communion, and we were like right on the fence of like really pursuing RCIA and Catholicism. We're like not sure, but we're leaning towards that. And they did communion, and then all of a sudden everyone's opening their cups and we couldn't open our cups. And we're like looking at each other, not able to open the
cup
communion
wasn't
cups.
opening. Those little cups, I think you've seen them. They have like little tiny wafer on top and then a little bit of juice on the bottom. They're so easy to open.
And you peel it, but we could not open it. And we're like, okay, God.
It was sealed. And we tried to, like, I tried to puncture it. I tried to do everything I could. I couldn't open it.
So it's kind of like a God intervening, like, no, this is not for you.
Like, I said no.
Go back across the street.
It was, yeah, that was an incredible moment.
That was definitely like the most God presence we have seen in this journey, confirming you need to go back across the street to Olmc.
I'm definitely not a relativist. I do think that if you really do pursue truth, at the very least, you will realize that you need to consider the Catholic Church. Things will point there, and you will eventually have to make a decision whether to pursue it or to disregard it.
Because it's just so much different when you're not in pursuit of anything and you have like a worldly joy of just watching TV. It gives you a very like short high, like, oh, I'm happy now, and then it goes away. But with God's love, like, it's constant and it's always there, and it's sweet and it's gentle and it's fun. And that's just something that I want to continue to bring into our home and just have it be just such a deep love of it, you know?